Long ago, in a village surrounded by dark forests, there lived a poor drummer named Django. He was the best drummer in the land, but no one invited him to play because he was cursed. People whispered that his drum was evil, that it was made from the skin of a dead man. They said when Django played, the dead would rise, and shadows would dance. One night, a great chief called for a feast. He wanted music, but no drummer was brave enough to play. Then Django stepped forward. "I will play," he said. The villagers gasped. The chief hesitated but agreed. As Django struck the drum, the air turned cold. The fire dimmed. His hands moved fast, beating a rhythm no one had ever heard. The ground trembled. Then, whispers. Shadows stretched from the trees. They were not human. They had no eyes, no faces, only shapes, swaying to the beat. A thick mist rolled in. The villagers tried to run, but their feet were frozen. Then the voices came. Soft at first, then louder, singing. Not joyful songs, but cries, wails, the voices of the forgotten dead. The drum calls us, they moaned. The song binds us. Django's hands bled, but he could not stop playing. His eyes were wide, his face pale. The spirits danced faster. They reached for the villagers, their cold fingers brushing warm flesh. Enough, the chief shouted. But Django could not hear. The drum controlled him now. His body shook, his arms a blur. His heartbeat matched the rhythm, faster, faster, faster. Then, a final beat. Silence. Django fell. His drum cracked in two. The mist vanished, the shadows gone. But Django's body lay still. His eyes stared at nothing. The villagers whispered, afraid. The chief stepped forward and touched Django's drum. The moment his fingers brushed the skin, boom. A single drumbeat echoed through the air. The wind howled. The shadows returned. And the drum began to play by itself.
Days passed. The village was silent. No one spoke of the cursed drum, the spirits, or the night they danced against their will. The chief ordered that no drums be played, no songs be sung after sunset. But Amani knew the truth. The song had not died. It was waiting. Listening. Tano woke on the third day. His eyes were clear, no longer black voids, but he was different. He barely spoke, barely ate. He sat by the river, staring at his reflection for hours, as if searching for something deep inside himself. Amani watched him closely. The village whispered, was the boy still cursed? Would the song return? One night, she got her answer. She woke to a sound. Not loud. Not strong. But faint, like a heartbeat in the wind. Boom. 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 Her breath caught. She sat up, listening. The sound was coming from outside. Slowly, she crept from her hut, the cold night air biting her skin. The village was dark, the torches long burned out. And there, by the dying embers of the fire, stood Tano. His back was turned, his hands moving in the air, as if playing a drum that was not there. Amani's stomach twisted. Tano. The boy froze. His hands stopped midair. The night was deathly quiet. Then, slowly, he turned. His face was calm, but his eyes were filled with something not human. They are still singing, he whispered. Amani's blood turned to ice. Tano's lips curled into a soft smile. His fingers twitched. And then, a drumbeat. Not from him. From the earth itself. The ground trembled. The wind stirred. Shadows stretched unnaturally along the huts. Amani stepped back. No. Tano tilted his head. He was listening. His hands rose again, and without touching anything, he began to play. The air hummed. A shape flickered behind him, tall, grinning, hollow-eyed. The master of the song had never left. It had only been waiting. And now, it had found a new drummer,